let's talk about best reaction. So we need parameters. We need how easy it is to do, how powerful it is, and I guess how simple it is to build on the characters that you use it. All right, we'll just go in order. Quicken, we're not gonna do. Spread's gonna be the same as Aggravate for all intents and purposes. All right, we could probably agree that Crystallize is D, right? I guess depending, because I don't use Arcade Petra. Yeah, Upton of painting an elemental shard created through a crystallized reaction. All party members gain 35% damage bonus for that particular element. So it's good if you're using this, but the reaction itself is not powerful. It's not consistent because if you have a lot of elements being thrown around, there's no guarantee you'll get the element you want, and you don't really have to build it. So from our criteria, we're gonna say Crystallize is D. So my question is, does reactions always work no matter who the enemy is? No, reactions don't always work. Who has a Dendro aura? Does the hypostasis always have a Dendro aura? I feel like it does. The chicken balls. Nice. Okay, ready? So all of the other elements here, Electro and Hydro, is gonna affect this guy. But if I do Hyperbloom, it's Dendro damage. See? It said immune. Since it already has a Dendro aura, if the damage it's taking is purely Dendro damage, it will be immune to it. But that's only enemies with an innate aura, right? Like if you put the Dendro aura there and then you did Dendro damage, it'll still work. Right? But because this enemy is essentially a Dendro enemy, then it won't get hurt by its own element. Same with slimes. Cool. Back to this. Aggravate. Okay, so Aggravate's largely compared to Vape, but Vape's so much more popular. Spread and Aggravate. Wait, Spread is higher than Aggravate? It's weird. Melt and Vape is 2, but Reverse Vape is lower, right? Reverse Vape 1.5. This doesn't really matter. Just Spread's lower anyway. All right, so whatever Vape is, Aggravate's gonna be lower. Yeah, okay. So Aggravate can be triggered twice before the aura disappears, right? But so can Reverse Vape. All right, I guess I feel like it's pretty good. It's not so meta right now. We're gonna placeholder it at B, I think. What's undoubtedly S? Like without a doubt, everyone would agree. I feel like it could be Hyperbloom, Melt, Vape. All right, let's start Hyperbloom. Hyperbloom, because it is easy to do, right? Because you could have 5 cores at the same time. Hydro isn't really gonna like overtake anything. So it's easy to do. It's easy to build because you just have to focus on EM for the Electro character. And it is powerful. You can get to like 40,000. And if you have Nahida C2, they can start critting, right? So it could be like 80,000 Hyperbloom damage. Okay, that feels right. Hyperbloom is an S tier reaction. Vape I also think is S tier. One, because everyone uses it, which means it's easy to do. It definitely does good damage because it can crit. It's harder to build though, because now you have to focus on crit. But it could be triggered in either direction, which is nice. And they do similar damage. Yeah. Okay, Hyperbloom, Vape, S. That makes sense to me. If Hyperbloom is S, I would say Burgeon's A. Okay, I would say Burgeon is A because it does similar damage as Hyperbloom. I think it could do better because it's AoE, but it hurts you. And there really isn't like a super good character for it, except for Toma. If his shield was stronger, he'd be like the perfect Burgeon driver. Bloom's kind of ass, isn't it? Am I wrong? Isn't Bloom kind of ass? Isn't it just a setup for these two? You have to Bloom before you do any of these, because this is the Bloom core that's created from this reaction. But on its own, it's not that great, unless you have Nilou. Yeah, if you have Nilou, it's crazy, but it's totally dependent on one character. It also hurts you. Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as Crystallize. I'm gonna say C. Is that fair? I'm gonna say that's fair. All right, Burning. Burning is weird because it also hurts you, but it enables a couple of characters. Like the only reason I like Burning is because of Kaniche. but the reaction itself doesn't make the team good. Like you're not building the team for burning. It's just that the elements exist. Yeah, Emily and Kinich are good despite burning, not because of it. Well said. And then we have that artifact. But again, it doesn't even make the reaction stronger. It just gives you a condition if the reaction is met, right? I never farmed it. Where are ya? Where are ya? Yep. So if you're off field, yeah, it's just damage dealt, not burning damage dealt. Yeah, so this doesn't even help burning. It just incentivizes burning. So yeah, burning sucks, dude. Burning's terrible. Yeah, so burning consensus is ass. It's D. I think it's better than... No, I don't even think it's better than Crystallize. Okay, Electro-charged. These are taser teams. I like Electro-charged. I think it's pretty good because it can keep bouncing. Well, okay, it's only good for multiple enemies, right? Single targeted sucks. Great for a few enemies at the same time. Is it easy to build? Yeah. It's good because you can add elements to it and it doesn't fall apart completely. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it kind of maintains itself. So you need Hydro and Electro. They're working together. And then if you add like I guess the least invasive would be Cryo. No, it could steal the Electro aura. But people who apply Hydro and Electro apply it really quickly. So it really isn't a problem. Yeah, that's true. It's a good. We think A? A feels right. I don't think it's S. It's hard to figure out who's doing it. Yeah, because if you have Beto doing her burst and Xingqiu doing his burst, and then someone else on fielding. All right, Frozen is kind of good for the same reason Electro-charge is good if you have multiple enemies. Yeah, it almost used to be the best. Where's the meatball? This guy. The gluttonous Yom Kippur. I can't believe he could be frozen. That's insane. Wait, a few can. Can't the seahorse be frozen? Am I making all this shit up? Can we start new lingo? If it can't be frozen, then it's perishable. Like the meatball, you can't save it for later. It's perishable. All right. I don't think I have any freeze teams, so we'll just have to create one. Yeah, we can try that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. All right. Scratch that. Dang, the Mandela effect is strong, isn't it? Who else did I say? Who else did I lie about? This I know for sure because I made a video about it. Tulpa. I don't think this is going to do anything. Sometimes don't trust your gut. Where the fuck did that come from? Yeah, I feel like that would be way too easy if you could be frozen, right? Yeah, no shot. Okay. Turns out I'm 100% tripping. Yeah, no. I mean, Oceanid technically, yeah, but it's not actually the Oceanid. Hydro. Can he be frozen? For sure. That's part of the tech, right? I don't have any character that needs this hypostasis drop at all. And I don't think I ever will. Yeah, we're definitely not getting to the springtime festival event. Jesus Christ, how do you even get here? What's going on? Do I have to go through here? If it's not this, I'm not doing it. Above? Where? I thought it was just there. Don't spawn here? Full teleport, go west. So I guess I need this. Ice bridge. Shit. No. I feel like... Oh, it's down here? Sneaky. All right. Whatever. Reuse yourself. Nope. Okay. That was underwhelming. It was an underwhelming result for the effort it took to get there. All right. So this is the only boss that can be frozen. That's cool. All right. Back to business. Frozen sucks for bosses. I'm putting Frozen... How's that? That feels right. Part of me says it's better than Aggravate. That's the debate. Looks like we agree on B, but better than Aggravate or nay? I think so. Because they're used about the same meta-wise, right? People still use Frozen. People still use Aggravate. It's definitely not the best. We'll come back to that. We'll come back. Melt, I'm going to say A. It does the most damage, but it's the least consistent reaction ever. It was the only reaction that could make Diluc good but it's so inconsistent that you can't even do it. Yeah, and cryo characters are kind of shot. I mean, Sitlali's the best, but she's enabling some melt stuff. But is that enough? I mean, that said, it is better with Sitlali, and people are using it more than Electro-charged now, that's for damn sure. And more than Burgeon. I think that's probably right. Overloaded. Overload B. Overload B. So Overload got a buff. These next 3 got a buff. All right, so it's slightly below Hyperbloom. It's easier to do though, isn't it? So it's close in damage, but it's easier to do. It's just as easy to build, and it is consistent, but it does push them away, right? It pushes enemies away. Yeah, knockback, exactly. So perks of Hyperbloom that Overload doesn't have is that it's slightly AoE. No, Overload has AoE. So the only perk Hyperbloom has over Overload is no knockback. I feel like it's got to be above Burgeon, but I don't think it's as good as Melt. That feels right to me. Nice. Shatter. Same damage as Hyperbloom. Just as easy to build. You build the same way, right? You just build EM on the Shatter proc. It requires freeze. That is true. And most can't be frozen. Yeah, as opposed to Hyperbloom where everyone can create a bloom core. That's true. That is super true. Yeah, we don't even want to use cryo characters, first off. Hydro characters are goated, but they're in like every other reaction. I mean, to be quite honest, I would rather freeze than shatter. Yep, that's true. The characters who want to do it, you want to build for damage, not EM. This is true, unless you're using Kave. Kave Shatterbloom is cool, but that's about it. Yeah, there's no other... All right, we need a heavy attack, right? So it's either a Geo or a Claymore. So sort by Claymore, or both. Yeah, you're not building EM on him. You need burning for him. Chungus might have to be added to the list, actually. Yeah, you could do EM Chungi, and he's already cryo. As a meme, yeah. Definitely not Navia. I mean, that's Pyro, Remine. Electro will steal some freezes. Noelle would be really weird. A full EM Noelle would be hilarious. That'll still steal. So the Claymore character, I mean, Sayu? No, but they're not using her skill, so that doesn't matter. Full EM Razor with Chungi makes sense, because he'll convert half of his attacks to cryo. But then the Electro might... Ooh, I might have to build that team, dude. That sounds cool. Razor Shatter. I might have to try that. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, basically, Shatter's not great. We're gonna say C. Yeah, C feels right, which is unfortunate. I want Shatter to be good. I'm sure it'll come up eventually. Yep. Yeah, Thundering Fury by Zjef. Coined. I want to make up a team, dude. That's so cool. Make up a brand new team called something funky and then everyone knows it. Superconduct. I've tried Superconduct teams. I don't really like them. I feel like it's on par with Aggravate just because it got buffed. Maybe a little less than Aggravate. Because what was the multiplier? It was 1.5. Oh, that's less than I thought. Yeah, Sitlali made it good. Sitlali is an important character, isn't she? For melts, Superconduct. It's either bottom of C or bottom of B or top of C. I think it's top of C. I don't think it's that good. I don't think many people are using it. Until Cryo gets a buff, we're gonna keep it C. Oh, it's AoE, you're right. Ooh, it's AoE. You're right. Forgot. Yeah, bottom of B. That seems good. Swirl is the last one. Yeah, Bloom is still AoE too, but I feel like it's still kind of stinky. Swirl, S tier? If Swirl is S, then does that mean when Mizuki comes out, it's going to be a game changer? Because doesn't she buff swirl damage? All right, say hypothetically we have Mizuki as the driver, and then we have, what about like a national? Yeah, what about Mizuki, Singcho, Shangling, Bennett? Yeah, Sucrose might be better, that's true. Okay, swirly, swirly, swirly. All right, let's go back to our criteria. Ease to build. It's easy. You build it the same as any other high EM, whatever. It's destroying shields. So that's a plus. The power, it is powerful because it's AoE and it could do 2 instances before it disappears. And it could do 2 instances per tick. And is it easy to pull off? Hella easy. I think you guys are right. Dang, Swirl is goated, you're right. I didn't think about it till now. You know what the problem is? People overlook Swirl because it's the first reaction, right? You get a Nemo Traveler, that's when you learn about Swirl. You don't know how to use it really just yet, so you just brush it off as a mid reaction. And then all of a sudden you're playing the game for 4 years and you think about it for the first time and you realize it might be better than Vape. Nah, I think it's S, but I don't think it's better than Vape. Wow. Yeah, well, here you have it. Dang. I wasn't expecting Hyperbloom to be top of S and Burning to be bottom of D. That's hilarious. But here we are. That was fun. All right, peace out. Thanks for hanging out. See ya next time. Enjoy your day.